All right. Hey, everybody. This is Jon Perri from Change.org. Thank you so much for tuning in to learn how to manage your net neutrality petition, your state net neutrality petition that you started just a couple weeks ago. Thank you all for signing our main petition and for deciding to use the Change.org movement page to start one in your own state, modeled after Montana's executive order. So what you did was start a petition asking your governor to issue an executive order that requires internet service providers to abide by net neutrality principles in your state. Very cool, and the response we got was really neat. We saw a petition started in, I believe, every single state at the moment. So that's really neat. And today, I'm just going to go over some basics for you to better understand how to use your petition to actually make this happen. We'll go over some of the best practices of using a Change.org petition. I'll give some updates around net neutrality in your state, resources for finding if there's legislation or if the executive order is the best way to go. I'll go over some of the best practices for managing and updating your petition, for mobilizing your signers once you build some, and using the petition update feature, which lets you message everybody who signed your petition and ask them to do things like show up for a rally or make phone calls, that sort of stuff. And I'll go through some escalation tactics, some of the key things that you'll need to do once you've built some signatures to actually win your petition. So that might be delivering your petition signatures in person to your governor or to your congressman or representative. It might be that you're asking your petition signers to send a bunch of tweets at the same time to one of your lawmakers or your governor, things like that. So we'll go through all of that right now. Again, I'm Jon, and thank you for tuning in. So right now, I'm going to take a second and share my screen with you. Great. Let's see here. Oh, let's swap that. So this is me. I'm the Director of Campaigns and Partnerships here at Change.org. Thank you for joining us today. So you started a petition. Now what? We're going to go over some of the best practices here on managing your Change.org petition. The first thing is on creating that quality petition and making sure that it's something that people want to sign and something that is going to have the most impact. There's a few pieces here, and the first and most important one is and you've all used the petition template, so you've already got some really strong petition language in there. Most of you have already added a photo to your petition. You've got a title in there. So using the template is a great way to get this started, but I want to just reinforce the importance of having an image on your petition. An image is really, one of the most engaging thing that a person considering signing your petition is going to see. They need to be really compelling and kind of convey some emotion. So the one that we've been using a lot is this I support net neutrality petition. Photo that I took at a rally a few months ago in San Francisco, outside of a Verizon store organized by the folks at Battle for the Net. So you can feel free to use this photo as well. I think it's a great one, and I'll provide a folder with a few petition photos options for you, so you can download whichever one you want to use. And really, any photo is better than no photo at all. It's really important to have one in there. It looks great, not just on the petition, but when you share it and when places like Facebook or Twitter pull that petition, it's really important that there's an image that goes along with it. The next one is your decision maker, making sure that you are targeting the right person. So most of you should already be targeting your governor because we set these up through the template again. And I've gone through most of them, and you seem to all have the correct decision makers in there. Again, the decision maker is the person who has the power to do whatever it is that you're asking them to do within your campaign. But the thing I wanted to add here is that you may want to expand this to include your state legislature. So you might want this to include, your House or your Senate. particularly because a number of states have introduced state legislation about net neutrality. A lot of this kind of mirrors some of the aspects of the executive order that we saw in Montana, which your petitions are already about. But some of people are trying to go through the legislature for this. There's other bills in your states related to net neutrality that I think are really important. And so I'm going to stop right there for a second. And I am going to show you how, if you wanted to, update your petition, how you would go about doing that. So pretty easy. So let's say your state has legislation, but you started your petition only targeting your governor. You can go in to your petition. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use this one from Pennsylvania, from Pittsburgh, as an example. So to edit your petition, you just need to be logged in, go to your petition page, and there's a drop-down menu here where you'll see edit a petition. It's really simple. It's really easy. Click edit petition, and you'll see this big box right here for choosing your decision maker, right? And when you choose a decision maker, you can just add in that information here. So you could do something like the Pennsylvania State House, and it's already going to drop that down because we've got all this stuff stored in our database for you already. So you just use that, click it, and it's going to add it to the petition. I'm going to remove that because this is not my petition. But this is the edit a petition page. It's very simple and easy to use. You can add your photo or your video. If you wanted to include mention of the specific pieces of legislation that happen to be in your state, you would edit that and add that here in the petition text body. Yep, and you can also add tags or locations. So you could add that this, you want this to be in your state, Pennsylvania, USA, right? And then click save. That's it. Super simple ways for you to update your petition and make sure that they are targeting the right people, the right decision makers, and that they have the right information for what you are trying to do. One second. Great. Thank you all so much for that. I want to see if anybody has any questions in the channel here. And updates. Great. Actually, this is the next thing we're going to talk about. So someone had a question about if they've already got some signers, which a lot of you do already on the movement page. And I should back up just a little bit and talk about what the movement page is. So when you all probably saw this when I sent the email about starting your state level petition, but a movement page is where not only the main net neutrality petition is located, but it's also where all of these state level petitions are as well. So let me share my screen one more time. And this is the movement page, right? So this is where you'll find, one, the template that you all use to start your own petition. You can find the main net neutrality petition if you want to come back. And then you can find all these state level campaigns. So you get California, Illinois. You just click load more and we'll show you a bunch more petitions. And what you can see is really great here is we've got all of these supporters. I mean, we have 4,000 in Pennsylvania, 4,000 in Michigan. Those are pretty big numbers for smaller state level campaigns. So it's great to see that you're all already doing this, organizing and getting people to sign. We can also help you at Change with getting signatures yourself. So if you've got a great petition with a great photo on it and you are committed to doing this, we'll help you reach Change.org users within your state who we think are supportive of net neutrality. And we've done that for a couple of these petitions already. Just emailing people in California and saying, hey, there's a petition about California net neutrality that you can go check out. So So the question, though, was about using the update feature once you've built your petition signatures. And I'll show you all how to do that right now. So let me bring back my screen share again and show you this presentation on using the update feature. So with using the update feature, this allows you to communicate with your petition signers. You can send them news, progress on your petition, or you can ask them to take an action. It's like having your own email list within your petition. So once you post an update, it not only saves to the petition page where anyone visiting the petition can read it, but it also sends an email to all of the people who have signed your petition. So obviously, it's really important that you use this responsibly. You want to think about it as your own sort of small email list, and think about the types of emails that you like to get from organizations or people in your own inbox, and try to write those. We're always happy to provide some tips on how to do that. Just like with editing your petition, you can get to the post and update just by going to your petition page and clicking that petition details box. That'll bring a drop down, and you can go to the post and update section there. This is an example of a petition update, one that I think is really good. So you write your subject line, something that's usually like a call to action, something that gets somebody's attention. You should upload an image or a link that you can attach into the updates. And then you want to keep things short, and you want to make sure that there is a call to action. So in this one, we're asking people to send a tweet to the FCC and to share the petition on Facebook. So we're linking both to a tweet that already exists, so people can just click that and retweet it, and it has the FCC's Twitter handle in it. A really great way to start getting their attention. And then there's also a link to a Facebook post that we ask them to share. So those people share these two items, it gets a lot more sharing of the petition going, builds some new signatures, and gets you some more attention. The big things with all of these updates, again, it's like having your own email list. So you want to make sure that you are spell checking and that you're proofreading. You want to double check everything before you send it. Make sure that the links work, and don't use all caps and all those things. You just want to write compelling, short, concise, and inspiring emails that get people to take action and make them feel good about joining your campaign. So let's talk a little bit about escalating your campaign. Let's say you've got 5,000 petition signatures and you're ready to use your petition to actually push your governor to issue an executive order about net neutrality. What are some of the things that you can do? There's quite a few. So you can contact your local media to get press coverage, which is a really great way to add some pressure and get people talking about get people to realize that you have this petition and that there's mounting pressure on your governor to take this action. It's actually easier than you would think to get press coverage. Just look at, just search your state and your state name and the word net neutrality, and find some local news stories and reach out to those reporters who have already written about net neutrality, and let them know that you started a Change.org petition that has 3,000 signatures and is asking your governor to take this action. You'll be surprised. People will want to talk to you and they'll want to write about this. You want to use your update feature to send your signers updates, asking them to make phone calls. You can have them call your governor's office. You can have them send tweets to the governor, or you can have them attend an event. Maybe you want to organize a meeting locally to have folks come together and talk to them in person and discuss ways that you guys can put some pressure on your governor or your lawmakers to make this happen. You can do a petition delivery, which is really popular, and we'll talk a little bit more about this moving forward, but petition delivery is where you actually print your signatures out and you bring them somewhere, either to the governor's office or a lawmaker's office or a business, and that's another really wonderful way to add some pressure. And then the other, almost obvious thing is contact your decision makers directly. If you're petitioning your governor, give their office a call and say, hey, I just started this Change.org petition. I really think net neutrality is important. I've got 5,000 signatures. I was wondering if I could meet with the governor or a representative from his office, a staff member. you're their constituent. You can do this with other lawmakers as well. You are a constituent. They essentially work for you. And more often than not, you can get your foot in the door this way and start talking to them. So again, these are petition deliveries, and this is what something like this can look like. We are happy to provide resources and guides on this. Some of the coolest things you can do are put the petition signatures into a box and put some signs on them. Really wonderful visual for media to see, for you to send out to your petition signers to say, hey, thank you for signing. I'm actually working on this, and here's some proof of that. Let's see here. And I did want to show you how to actually use the petition update feature. So I'm going to just do that really quick. But it is super easy. You go to petition details, click the drop down, go to post and update. And you would use this stuff here these fields here to put in a subject line. That's what your headline is going to be, your latest development, and your news. So you could do something like, let's see, Burger King net neutrality was a big thing that happened, and maybe that's a news story that you want to share with your signers. So you put that link in here, you click add, and boom. The story is now attached to this, and then you write your update, like check out this cool video. Obviously, you want it to be much more compelling than that. That's actually makes more for a subject line, but that's how it works. And you click post, and it will send that as an email to your supporters, and it will also post to your petition permanently. So that's that. A couple other things that you could do with your Change.org petition that I think are really neat is you've got a dashboard which indicates where the most signatures are happening, gives you a little bit of a graph there. You can see some neat stuff there, information. And there's a petition checklist, so you can make sure that you're getting everything that we recommend that you do done. It's a great little guide. You also have a petition guide down here. So these are all the steps if you want to learn more about building momentum and support. We have a whole guide for that you can read. If you wanted to learn more about reaching out to the media, which I talked about a little bit earlier, we've got a guide for you there. How to write a press release or how to write a note. There's also a great little video of a petition starter who did this really well. So lots of resources within your petition. The other thing I'll note here is if you want to print your petition signatures, you can do that in the dashboard as well. And there is you can download signatures, download comments in either CSVs or PDFs. You can do that combined as well too. All right. And I'm going to go back to our presentation really quick. And the last thing to just really make sure everybody gets is that the most important thing you can do really is stay informed on all of this. So make sure you're following Change.org on social media. We're posting lots of information about net neutrality. You can search for net neutrality news within your state. Make sure you're doing that to keep updated. And you can follow our partner organizations like Fight for the Future, Demand Progress, and Mozilla, who are all part of the Battle for the Net campaign, which we're part of. So they are great resources for all of the news that's happening within net neutrality. And you should definitely check them out. So, well, it doesn't look like I have any more questions from folks, but I want to thank you all for tuning in and learning a bit more about net neutrality and running your Change.org petition. So thank you all so much. It's been great. I'm John. You can email me, jon@change.org, if you have any questions, and I'd be happy to help you. So again, thanks for using Change.org to fight for net neutrality. Talk to you soon.